Yes, we are live now. So, hey folks, this is me, Wsln. I'm a community advocate in Bill Piper team. And recently I realized one thing that, there's an and-on card mechanism that is coming out from Toyota production system that had set a benchmark. And today, when I see something very close to that, it's kind of fascinating for me. That's container scanning because we are talking about deployment at the scale and also security at the scale. There is a lot of principles that are hidden behind what has to go down to scan that kind of a vulnerable container, or else can we make it uncompromisable? I think probably container scanning tools are the best way in order to educate yourself. And today's speaker is Tarun Marwaha, and he is a lead DevOps engineer at ABB. And to be very frank with you, this is a company which deals with robotics, IoT, industrial IoT, and there are many aspects to it. There's no one size fits all or anything as such, because everybody has a problem statement to solve and everybody is coming out with something new. And I think I'm glad that today Tarun Marwa sir is here and he's able to share a lot of insights, and also make sure that you tune in till the end of the show, because there is a lot of other resources that we are going to share and we are going to talk with respect to the container scanning. So thank you so much, Tarun sir, for being on the show. Means a lot.
Thank you, Vishwas. Yeah. So I think that's a
Yeah.
very interesting topic which we have chosen for today evening. Yeah.
Yeah. And also I wanted to know one thing, like how much is the impact that this technology or this entire process is going to impact in the world of microservices, in the world of what do you call the scalable deployments that we are just coming up these days. So how is it going to impact in the scale, and also how is it going to impact organizations which are not practicing container scanning?
Yeah. To be very precise, these days we this the fact is not hidden, right? We are living in a world where like cyber threats are increasing day by day, and new techniques and methods are being adopted to have an intrusion attack into the our system through the container vulnerable images, operating system images, basically patches which has not been updated since long. And over to that, top of that, classical solutions they've been keep on deploying without taking care of the base vulnerable images, OS images. So it's more than important nowadays, when surface to surface attacks are happening within the and the whatever attacks you can, like SQL injection attacks also, like for the because container images have all the like starting from the web applications to the backend, and storage as well. All things are integrated in a one particular container image. So not having security, not having planned the security of the container image, it's not a good thing to do when you are converting your application from monolithic applications to microservices. You are planning to do that from you are planning to come from .NET framework, typical .NET framework, to .NET Core. When you're planning that, in those phases, planning phase itself, you need to also plan about the container security. So this today's I think this is very important than many other this topic makes sense today than any other aspect, because at the end of the day, you are deploying your container images into the orchestration platform, right? So it has to be secure, because of course there will be governance strategy in the orchestration platform as well, policies also which will be taken care, but those again have limitations. They can't protect your container image scan container images with the vulnerability of the attacks. So I think there needs to be some mechanism, some tools, some binary attestation or authorizations before they can be even be deployed to the orchestration platform. So I think with not planning that container images, scanning, or for the vulnerabilities, I think it's not a good idea with the number of attacks which we are seeing these days. Yeah. as you also mentioned about for the Toyota. But yeah, but yes, this is again increasing day by day. Yeah, so I think this more than planning phase itself, we need to plan something for the scanning of the container images for the vulnerabilities. Yeah, so that's the basically to put in forward. Yeah,
Yeah. I think it's still the same old principle. If there is an issue, just stop the production system. That's what Toyota
yeah,
said about. And I
yeah.
think, yeah, we can go ahead and we can do a lot of demos that we planned for, and you can share your screen. The stage is yours completely.
Yeah, before to that, where I was just trying to container use cases for the vulnerabilities, which I think we can vulnerabilities. There's potential leaks which has happened, which has resulted in a lot of financial losses as well. Meanwhile, I will just try to search about those things and we can cover those as well. But yes. Today we'll talk about the best practices and why it is important for container security and how to avoid them by using some of the tools, right? Like how to do that. So let's go ahead and start. So let me kind of share my screen. Let me know once you are able to
Sure.
see the screen. Yeah. Okay. So is it visible?
Yep. Is it? Yeah, it is visible.
So to prepare for the demonstration, it was not that easy enough because why? Because I am not developing here. The for running the pipelines here with this demonstration won't be feasible and possible to cover the along with the concepts as well. So I thought of setting up this environment on top of Windows subsystem for Linux. So which is no on the base machine. I think you can refer to the docs which. You can install this installer and start scanning the downloading the docker images, vulnerable images into this local system, and then it is you can go ahead. This is the first link. You can just check what is WSL. For those who don't know what WSL is, so it's a kind of platform which offers you to run the cloud native applications and on top of your Windows and Windows PC. So you can install this one and start practicing. So I am using the Ubuntu version, right? This is the Ubuntu version, and which you can refer to. And this is just about this one. And for this one, I'm just doing the sudo just to let you know which distro I'm using. Distro means the operating system which I'm using. So I think this is I'm using that. Okay, so I think this is. So I think, yeah, it's okay. Like we can run this command, and but you can check this. This is WSR online. It will list the online distros which are available. So for today, I have what I have done right now is I have already installed the grip. So we will discuss about basically two tools here: the anchor grip as well as there is one more tool which will Sysdirect and anchor grip. These are two of the tools which we will discuss. Along with the third agenda would be there is a very good feature. Again, I'm not focusing on it's a cloud agnostics session, so I would be referring between switching between two clouds. One is Azure and one is Google. Why Google? Because this Kubernetes environment, orchestration. I think if you say Kubernetes, I think Google is the father of Kubernetes. So then their way of scanning the things, image scanning and doing the things are way perfect, because it was the first to adapt on think on the topic which we are talking about today. So there are more features available. While I have not done the advanced demonstration of that one, but I will clear at least cover the concept of it. And the third thing which I was saying is the binary attestation or binary authorization, which we need to do before we deploy our images, container images to the Kubernetes cluster. So there are three, there are three tools. There are three. These are three agendas which I'm trying to cover today, and how they can be benefited. Out of them, two are the tools, out of which one I will show the demonstration for it. So one is the demonstration which I'm trying to explain is the anchor grip. So why have you specifically chosen these two? This is because of these two reasons. In the marketplace, when you think about Azure DevOps, so if when you think about Azure DevOps, these tools are readily available. And it's, see, this is the anchor grip for the container scan images. This is runs on using the anchor engine, and it is used for the, it is extension when Azure DevOps available to scan the built images. And in the pipeline you can use this one, in the YAML pipeline you can use this one using this task and anchor and imaging, and then you can just use and kind of scan the images we using one this tool. This is one of the tool. The second one is the Sysdirect tool. This one got integrated into Azure into in this in January this year itself. So this got introduced. It was already running with AWS and Google. So this is one of the more secure tools where we use. It's also is a part of the container intelligence, how it intelligently scans the platform, and it can block the potential risk and vulnerabilities in the system. As you can see, not much of the things are here when we covered these tools. Not much of the ratings and installs, but yes, these are the emerging tools, and I'm confident that with these tools, it will be good to explore. And let me ping the links at least in between so that it won't be missed. So that yeah. So this is the other one which I talked about. Yeah. So this is the one which we will be because I have focused on the what tools can we integrate along with Azure DevOps. Now coming to the demonstration which I have to use for the anchor grip. So what I have used is let me open. Let me open like Visual Studio Code instance, and we'll try to open this as a Docker file, so that just to show you, this is one of the repositories which I again have taken from one of the books which I was reading about. Let me give that one links as well. So this is the anchor grip again, the README file for the anchor grip, where you can install this strip in the GitHub repos. Just hold on. Let me kind of ping again. So I think where is it? So I will be switching into the multiple screen. So just hold on while I just switch into it's. Yeah, this is the one. This is the GitHub URL for the anchor grip, and there is one more link before, even because it's important, like so that you perform something hands-on on this one, and then we can start with the with the with the tools and techniques which we can use to start with this. So I think yeah. So I can probably give the link, but yes, this as of now, this is the I have downloaded this with the clone of one repository, and this we can, I think, find out with one of the, I think I've searched in the Google itself, and we can find it here. So anchor grip modern DevOps practices, modern DevOps practices. So this covers the, I think yeah, grip modern dev practices. There's a GitHub URL for this as well. So again, this is the book written by one of the DevOps guys. So I think yeah. So that is the, I think practices DevOps. That's fine. If you're not able to find, it's okay. But yes, these are the this is the one you can see already. There are the continuous images vulnerabilities for scanning. This is available. You can do with the anchor grip, and it will. So as said, the anchor grip is usually used for vulnerabilities within the following image: Alpine in base image, Amazon Linux, CentOS, Debian. Pretty much all the flavors. Here we are trying for the Ubuntu one. We will try also for the Alpine one, Alpine image one. So this is the installer steps which you can use to install this. Again, this is the Mac one, but these are the other technologies, the commands which we can use to scan for the images. And see, Anchor Grip has its own database. it maintains its own database, and it scans the vulnerabilities is according to the confidentiality of the data which is stored in the container image. And what are the classic this is the good thing about the this anchor grip is it will classify the vulnerabilities according to the high, low, negligible. So that's what it will scan, and it will give you in your pipeline. So this is the official website which you can just refer. And I think this is I have again I'm just referring this one again, so from the official website as well, so that you can just have a look on it, and then we can start playing with it. So you can just install these things, and once you have that, let me open this particular folder, so that I can just show this for the demonstration which I have been using. So let me open the this Alpine, and then this latest and slim. Okay, so latest one. So let me select the folder. Yeah. So yeah, this is the Docker file for it, and this is the Python script which we will be kind of the application which will be deploying, and this is the Docker file which is hosting this application. And then there is a just if you say this is the folder which I've opened for. So this is the folder which I've opened for. I think this is the Alpine one. So this is the Alpine one. So this is the just a Docker file, and this is the application which we wanted to show. And now, since this is the Docker file which we have opened, now we will try to install the couple of things which I have already kind of uh, right upgraded here. Let me see if I can just put a git clone of that URL if it's available. Otherwise, it's okay. Git clone, I think I've just put it. So I think if it's available, it's okay. Otherwise, I will just give you the link. I'm not able to find that where I have just cloned it, but yeah. So that's okay. That's completely okay. So we will. This is one of the modern DevOps practices. Like there are a couple of chapters if you see, but ones which is focusing on the the scanning of the container image is chapter 12, which is again this is clone from one of the repositories. So when I go to the grep one, right? So so this is the available thing like ls when I so these are the different folders which we are seeing. And now we will go ahead and kind of start for the docker image. So for your information, I have to running two instances. One is for the docker daemon, because I don't have this thing called in my laptop, the docker desktop. I'm not having that one. So I have to keep this on open because for a Docker daemon to be running always. So, but because when I query, it has to be run. Docker daemon has to be run. So I just query this thing and just see what are the process which are running behind the scene. So this is you can see a Docker daemon is already running here, right? And this is about the container ID, the and log information which has been run. So these are the two things which are running. And yeah, so there is always already a service running for the Docker daemon, and that should not be any issue now. So now previously I didn't have the Docker. Again, you can use these couple of commands to install the when you are using especially subsystem of Linux. You can use these the local scripts to install the grep in the Ubuntu. So this one you can use, and then you can start building the things. This is what the Windows subsection for Linux. When you are trying to demonstrate, and you are trying to install, do a POC, you can start from a local system, and then you can move to integrate in your DevOps pipeline. So this is one of the things which you can do. I am not. This is the first time things that I have already done. Now what I will do again for the demonstration purpose, we'll go to this folder which was called the I think we will go to this folder which is the slim one, and Flask app and the slim one. So they will go to this. So now I will try to again deploy this image and see what it has to do. I think there would be again an image running, but yeah. So let me clear up the screen and send so that you can uh, yeah, so that you can just so there is already Docker file which is being deployed, and this file is being seen here. I think this is the Alpine image, but you can open one more folder that is called the Slim one, and we can open this one as well. So this is the Docker file which I'm trying to deploy, right? And this is the application, Python application, which is we are trying to deploy, which again this we have chosen again and a image which is already having some kind of vulnerabilities in it, and see how it does. So I think it's giving me the option of I think I don't have permission to run it. So it says it's completely it's done, right? So how to check that one? So this is like already done. So what we can do is we can again sudo docker images, and we can see what are the images which are running with this one. So this one with these ones which is you see I've already deployed. Like this is we have deployed for the slim one, which is this one with the docker images. This so this is like the first time when you do, it will automatically deploy. These are the 8 step. It will run automatically. It will pick from the container image, and there's a sample image which will be taking now to scan, right? Like what we have done, like we have tried to build that image using this slim image which have been we have tried. Now this is to scan this thing again. There is a command which we need to use to the I think for the grep command is like we can use a grep command to scan all these images. I think what we have done is let me sudo grep and then try to run this one and see uh, if I can just sudo grep, and I think this was the slim one. So let me try to search. So see, so if you see, this is just a command line interface, and which we have developed the slim one image. It is still scanning, and it has own vulnerabilities DB, which has been this creating, generating the imports and loading that image, passing, and then catalog. This is still running, and it will display exactly the summary. If you see, these are all the, because this is built on top of the Debian image, which is I think this is built on top of the Debian image, and that's why it's taken the deb packages. Ubuntu Debian, it's same, it's the deb packages which is already been taken, and these are the CVE numbers for the vulnerabilities. CVE is the vulnerability number which is classified, and if you see, there are 91 vulnerabilities in this particular scan. We have intentionally pick up that image which is having the vulnerabilities, and slowly we will go into those scenarios as well. So if you see, uh, how many, there are 91 vulnerabilities, out of which they are negligible as well as unknown vulnerabilities as well. High vulnerabilities classification are there, and then we have critical vulnerabilities which says high and critical vulnerabilities. So couple of 4 or 5 classification of vulnerabilities according to the, and this is the vulnerability CV number which you see. It's a let's search about it and read about it more. What is this de facto standard for the CV in one CV in cybersecurity, right? So what is CVE? CVE is again an authorization party to like it's a common vulnerability and exposure is a database of publicly disclosed information security issues. This is CV is just a this is the brand. This is like we have ISI's model, right? So like for the ISO standards for the any product like food chain, anything. Those are the things. It's a kind of authorizing party, which is called the common vulnerability and exposure. See, is a database of publicly disclosed information security issues. So this is what is this is again our community which talks about the is a program to identify and catalog disclosed cybersecurity vulnerabilities. So you can read more about it. So this is the again the website to, it's a just a community which deals with all these informations to get to understand more on the vulnerability scannings, right? So this is the one which you can refer to, like what exactly is CV, and this is the de facto standard for the vulnerability standards which we maintain. The total CV records, you could see it's 181742. So these are the de facto standards, are the standards which is setting up for the this particular images. So now again you can read more about it. So this is the container image, and these are the scans which have been produced by scanning this particular image, and these are classifications of it. So if you see, there are 97, 91 vulnerabilities contains. So this is it has listed while I was doing through the CLI. Now will try to deploy some images which are having less vulnerability. So this is with one of the images which are classified as slim one, and this is the Python slim image which have been taken. We can avoid these one by using a different version of the Python. We can upgrade Python version as well to see if these vulnerabilities get reduced. So we'll see what we can do to reduce this one. So now coming to see slim, we have already seen. So now let's try to build a different image which is and see, compare, like if we can see a different set of things. So let us pick up there are three images which I intentionally want to take to show the different kind of things, the vulnerability scans, which the results which we are getting. So we already saw for the slim image of the Python Django, this application. Now this is now the third one which I will try to take. I think the slim one is. Let us take the latest one. If I see. So this is like, again this is the time constant I could not be able to do with the integration with Azure DevOps, but this is a CLI method of doing the things of scanning the grep anchor. We can use a grep anchor command line which you can automate in Azure, same like which we are doing now. The extensions which I have already shared with you, you can use those extensions in your YAML pipeline that will scan the images with the in the YAML pipeline itself when you call that particular task. So this can be done. So now when you are already there in this one, we will try to again build this image with the, we already have the Docker file, right, which we saw, right? So again let me put this thing, and then so what will happen is, let me put a ls and command. So this is like, again it will try to build a image which is built on top of I think this is slim. I think we have one more folder. This is latest one. So to see if he reduces any different kind of results. So and yeah. So again, this is pre-existing code, and which I've taken from one of the repositories. So yeah. So this one is again. So we'll try to build that image again. I think with the, I think we need to edit. So this is sudo. I'm running with this Ubuntu because it's running with a root command, root user, which you need to run this one. So and then now we'll go through the apart from the slim, which we've already one other version flavor of the image we have already tried. But now we will go with the latest version. So latest version, and see if it resolves any issues. Or so it says it's already built, so we can just grep and see if it's again so you can just grep and see. So this is the one which is we have done, latest one is what it was done. So 919. So you see the sizes as well. So don't focus on the alpine right now. So see, the latest one is having more size, and this is was having 134 as the size. So um, see, it's not about the size. So we are just trying to see the things like 134 with 134 MB there were 91 vulnerabilities. With as the container size image increases, like we may expect more vulnerabilities. The larger the containers, the size of the image, the more vulnerabilities we need to fix. So it has increased the size, which is again coming out to be 919 MB. Now, when we try to again do a kind of the what you say the scan, the scan of this particular flavor of the image, then it comes out to be I think this is which version? I think secret, and then it has the version of we ran on the latest one. So let's see how will this particular thing comes up. So yeah, it says that it's scanning, loading the images, requesting image. So yeah, any questions you have at this point in time? In meanwhile, while it's still scanning.
Yeah, they asked with respect to the Trivi. I think you can share some insights about Trivi.
Trivi. Uh,
Yeah, Trivi, Trivi.
okay. Trivi or CVE? I think I didn't get that. Trivi means I have covered it. Okay, can you type in?
Yeah, it's there in the comment section here. Yeah, I can just put it on the comment section
Okay.
here. So it's here.
How
So
about Trivi? Okay.
yeah,
Trivi, I think he must be saying about this one of the tool like WSL.
yeah,
Like it's a WSL tool like which can Trivi, I think the grip. I think again it's a again it's a tool. There's a anchor grip. There's a computer tool for scanning the container images. Grip as a potential default public container scanning images. So yes, Trivi is also one of the tool which we can use. Like as I plan to cover two three things, two three kind of one is the Sysdig and one is the anchor grip, which I have pertained my demo according to the extensions which are available in the Azure DevOps. But yeah, these are the tools which can also be used for the container image scanning. So yeah, there are number of tools available, but yeah, this is the kind of two three tools which I plan to demonstrate, as I mentioned earlier. But yes, this can also be used, of course. So you can compare the difference, and you can use according to the things which it has to cover. We have to it depends on the use cases and the benefits each container image tool has to offer. So that's what that is what the strategy is, what we can define and discuss with the developers, and then we can go ahead and use about the Trivi as well. So yeah, that's also a tool which I think again I've not used, but that can be used as a kind of the tool for scanning the Docker images. Yes, I think I could see it's the anchor grip tool player versus the comparison is given out of this. So I think we can use any of them, and yeah, so that's that again depend on the use to use cases. What kind of images you can because there must no must extensions if I see Vishwas today in the marketplace. So the other ways could be, yes, that's a good question, but I like that one. So the other ways could be apart from this is we can use when it comes again it's a now I will also speak about I have to speak about binary authorization attestations, that when I come into Google Cloud I will come into that. When I speak about Azure, so what we used to do is like we used to utilize this service called Azure Defender service, which actually scans for the vulnerability images. If you have on the Defender service for the container images for your ACI or ACR, if you have on that Azure Defender, it will detect that images. But Defender, what I feel is after it has been deployed, after it has been deployed to the Kubernetes cluster, that's what it will display the vulnerabilities. But what if you have to stop this before even it can end to a orchestration engine called Kubernetes?
yeah,
That is where call a concept which is very good concept which I was just reading about is binary authorization and attestation, which was introduced by Google GCP, Google Cloud Platform, to I will also try to show one architecture how they have implemented and how they have introduced it in between to
Sure.
in the pipeline. Although I'm not equipped with Google Cloud so much, but I will try to at least clear the concept. That is where the beautiful concept of binary authorization and attestation comes in. It will detect before you push your production to, things to orchestration like Kubernetes. It will attest. We need to create one attestation profile, a tester profile, and binary authorization. Let me come up with this. Let me first try to cover this one after this. So if you see, we have taken a second image, which is the latest one, right? And this is let's see how many of them have vulnerabilities have been detected, so again, this classification, I think it seems to be more one triple one two vulnerabilities in this particular scanned image, which is again more. So now again, there's a classification of high negligible critical workloads of the files. So now we'll go to the next section so that I can quickly move into the other part of it, the discuss about the other concept which I just come upon. So Slim, I think Alpline is the image. Let's use the Alpline image. Alpine image is always recommended to use because it has less number of vulnerabilities, and you can read more about this particular image. So this is like Al- Alpine base image. So again, what is Alpine base image? Alpine is Linux. It's a Linux distribution built around BusyBox. The image is only 5 MB in size and has access to package repository that is much more complete than other BusyBox. So we can read more about this. Again, it's the official image you can download from the Alpine here. It's readily available. Like you can just go about it. You can pull this one from the Docker repository as well. So this is like one of the container image which you already saw, that one of the which is having less vulnerabilities and less package size. So let's try to deploy this and see, build it and see what it has to offer. So like I think latest. So this is again, it has the same kind of thing, Docker file which is already there, which we saw Alpine image. If we see, I think Docker image latest and open the folder, it's the same kind of image which old, yeah. So Alpine image, let's open this one and see what benefit it has to offer. So this is the Alpine flavor of the image which we are going to deploy. And yeah, so this is there's no much change in the application, the Python application which we are trying to deploy. So let's see and try to build this one and see sudo doc and build. Okay, okay, I think I have not mentioned the flavor Alpine. I have not mentioned the flavor, so I think should be fine. So it's okay. It is not building up from the scratch because I have already built it. So, but if you see the size of the image, which I think you already saw, because this is the pre-built demo, which I couldn't spend time to run in this one. So I have already done this one. So let me again scan for it. So we saw one link, right? It is a lightweight one, and it compresses that image so that you get with less image you get less vulnerabilities. And it's not about the size, but it also about the complexity. Alpine is the best suited for the production workloads when you go with the application related to Python. So this is one of the image. Let me again try to search upon this tool, grip. Okay. So when I no, this is the Alpine favor which we are running right now. Alpine. So let me try to search. Okay, again it's developing and seeing. You see that it has been low again. There are three vulnerabilities. When I was scanning yesterday, it was zero vulnerabilities, but now it's again. So if you see again, at least it has reduced the number of packages and the vulnerabilities. Right, these are the high vulnerabilities. Now, if I want to specify the classes, like it shows. So this is the with this kind of tools like grep command, it can command line, it will have its own db, it will load image, and it will parse the image, and then it will define the statistics. So it will give the different statistics, and then scan the vulnerabilities for the this alpine image using the anchor grip tool. So this is one of the tool. The other one, this which I wanted to cover is a Sysdirect tool. Although I have not tried to cover the demonstration of it, but this is how this there is one more called a Clear tool. Clear tool to scan for the images, but extensions of it is not was not available in Azure DevOps. But this is again one of the tool, Clear tool, which will focus on again you can search different tools which tools to be used, but Clear tool is also the one of the tools which you can use for the containing the vulnerabilities. So it can be used again for the Ubuntu host and the latest version. And just try to do a hands-on on this one as well. It will same kind of things, and it will display the vulnerabilities in this format, and then you can try to correct it and report it. So this is again a Clear tool. The second, the other tool which you can use for the anchor grip was a previous one, and this is the Clear tool. And third one which you can use is the again Trevi is also one of the tools which you Clear. I think it's already covered here. Clear, the link which we just saw. And there's one more thing which this comparatively new one, I would say, but I was just trying to get my hands on this one. So this is about the what you say the Sysdag tool. But Sysdag tool, when you compare with respect to Azure, this is the because the extension is available in Azure DevOps. So this what it does is secure the build pipeline. Not only container image scan, it will scan your entire Azure environment for the resources, for the vulnerabilities. So securing the build pipeline, detect and respond to runtime threats, continuously validate compliance, and then maximize performance and availability. This is what it has to offer. So manage enterprise Prometheus monitoring also it will do. So secure DevOps cases are also like there, how it can detect and incident respond and all those things that it can do. So this is a very short description and demonstration of how to it will secure the Microsoft Azure. And read more about Azure scanning and all these things. You can this is I think one of the PDF which is getting generated on container security for Microsoft Azure cloud and containers. This is a I would say random good one article to read about this tool, and it will do the monitoring and what it the security things which is to offer. So let me share. This is the Sysdirect tool for the container image scanning and all those things. So yeah, this is about the number of tools which we can use. I think two, three of them, out of which I just kind of shown one of the quickest demonstration on one of the tool how it scans. And yeah, so this is the tools which you saw. Now there is a feature which I want to explain apart from this one. For securing a pipelines, there is one more thing which is covered as part of I think the Google platform, which is let me cover that one as well. In the meantime, yeah, if you have anything wish was to share before I open my screen for the binary attestation. Yeah, just hold on. I think this is all for okay. It's yeah, this is the one. This is the one. So setting up the binary authorization. So set up the binary authorization. This is like enable this. What is binary authorization? So first of all, like what exactly? Let's search what exactly is binary authorization. What is binary authorization in GCP? This is the cloud agnostic session, so that's why I'm just trying to cover. So binary authorization is a service on Google Cloud that provides a software supply security for container-based application. It enables you to configure a policy that the service enforces when an attempt is made to deploy a container image on one of the supported container-based platforms. So what happens is Additionally, it scans your environment, uh, authorize like attestation. It's like you do attestations, right? Whenever you filled for any government forms, right? For the just a layman example, we used to do government any attestation like authority, like this is a genuine certificate. So we used to do when applying for a particular PSU exam, so attestation from a government officer, like we used to do. So that kind of attestation is sometimes needed. So like where it attestation means, it's a attestation, it's a stamp one that this image is vulnerable proof, and it is safe to deploy this as part of your deployment pipeline, the release pipeline. So that's where comes the concept of binary authorization, which Google has covered very well. So this binary authorization supports these many platforms: Google Kubernetes Engine, Cloud Run, and Anthos Service Mesh, Anthos cluster on VMware. So and it is a deployment architecture that is followed on these kind of different products. So you can read about this life cycle and background more about it. So and set up the binary authorization as well. So I will come to the architecture as well, how it's been implemented. So let me just give the meals also, the links also parallelly, so that I so that it doesn't get skipped. Okay. So, okay, this is one of the thing, and so I think in the overview of this is like the how to set up the platform itself. So just yeah, this is on how to set up the platform itself, which I've already given. This I think I have not given. So I read about it. This is a very good concept which has been of late. It was there in the Google previously as well. To It's a concept which has been derived, like it is give an additional kind of security to scan for the containers based workloads, and it has its own policies which can be, it enables to configure a policy. It can also call policy, and governance can also be configured. So policy model, again, it has been deployed in binary authorization on GKE. So what happens is, while I will try to explain through architecture how it looks like. So when you do a code check-in and you develop a pipeline in the GitHub repo or any repository of your choice, you try to build an image and build a CI pipeline, and then try to push that image to a container registry via CD pipeline, and that's how it will like this will come from here, and then it will go the build the image in the CI pipeline. Then when after building the image through the artifacts, it will again go to the CD pipeline artifact which will be generated through CD pipeline. It will be deployed to the like is push the image to the container registry, right? And then it will be through the CD pipeline from the container registry, it will pull up and deploy to the Kubernetes cluster. That's the typical thing which we used to follow earlier. This was not there. This is not there in, at least I have not seen this one at least in the other cloud platforms apart from Google. So this particular piece which I've been referring to, let me kind of highlight. So this particular thing, right? This was this is the thing which is being offered by Google, which this is the user flow which used to happen: code check-in, GitHub repository, and CI pipeline, push them into container registry, and then deploy to the Kubernetes clusters to a CD pipeline. But with this image extra feature, what has happened is, after your you deploy a build image, right? After you deploy a build image to the CI pipeline, what has happened is, how it has changed the things. So it will, after CI, after you do your build your artifacts, right? It will go to a attesting of the image to the binary authorization attester. We'll create a profile with a binary authorized attester using the Google Cloud, and the Google Cloud. This thing will. And so I have given the links to explore more about it and do a hands-on on it. So it will do a attester profile, it will create, and will attach that image, and it will scan for that image. So either you can do in the CI phase, so that you won't face this things earlier after the deployment of the cluster. And if you face that scenario also after deploying the cluster, it is vulnerable, that also you can again you loop back again. This can be looped back again to the binary authorization cluster, and after scanning again it can be pushed to here. So if you forget to integrate in your CI pipeline, so it will automatically attach that authorization, the image, container image, and then it will deploy to the Kubernetes cluster. It will make sure that your image is kind of scanned and thoroughly for free. It will give an confidence that this image is healthy to kind of deploy to the production workloads. So that's what the function of binary attestation means. So with the introduction of this, what has happened is it has reduce the dependency on the the different tools on which I have just covered. You can additionally, apart from those tools, the anchor grip or the other tools, you can also use the binary authorization or a tester things, which will give you, even after deployment of the cluster, it will check for the, if it is binary tester. If yes, then it's okay to deploy. If no, then again it will go to the binary authorization tester, and then it will scan, and we again it will have to repeat this entire process of going to the CI pipeline, and then CD, and then only it will be deployed. So yeah, so that's about securing the CI/CD pipeline. This was a part of the secret management, so it's not part of this particular thing which we want to cover. So this is the typical binary authorization. It looks like. So yeah, yes. Any questions or any queries on this one?
No, sir. No, I think thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for being on the show and also covering such great insights. Because a lot of times when I think about what happens in this entire scenario of like where do we fit inside this entire culture, probably there's something missing out there. I think continuous scan is something which was required. I think thank you for covering such great insights on this topic. And this is
Yeah.
Vishwas Nayak signing off from the session, and also Tarun Marwaha sir is available on all the social media platforms. You name it, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course he's on his YouTube as well. So he will be sharing some things there as well. So do connect with him. So we are very active on LinkedIn and Twitter. So if you have
Mhm.
anything to reach out to us, we will help you in your journey to the microservices, and we'll help you in building the best resources possible. And thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for being on the show. And this is Vishwas Nayan signing off from this broadcast.